Line Lane. I'm Larry Marble. It's time for a big old heaping helping of ag information. You're listening to our program courtesy of the good folks at D&D Farm and Ranch on I-10 in Seguin. That's DD-TexasOutfitters.com. Neighbor, let's take a look at corn, beans, and wheat courtesy of John Tuggle, Tuggle & Company Corpus, 800-288-4453. Grain futures were up sharply across the board yesterday due to any number of market factors. Rumors that the communists are buying 1.5 million metric tons of U.S. beans as a goodwill gesture ahead of the Phase 2 trade deal negotiations obviously helped the soybean market. Inflation is now an ever-present market factor. Concern about the potential invasion of the Ukraine by the Russians is important given how big a player the Ukraine is in the global wheat and corn markets, and this ongoing crop situation in South America. There is concern that the rains are not as heavy as widespread as forecast, and the uncertainty of just how much damage there actually is to the corn crop there and bean crop there is still a matter of question. Corn closed up 11, beans up 30, KC wheat up 27. Looking at those prices at their close. March corn, $6.10.5. March beans, $13.91. March Kansas City hard red winter wheat, $8 even money. The Corpus Christi Public Elevator and ADM open for trucks through Friday, 7 to 2:45. Cargill and the Andersons in Houston open through Friday, 7 to 3. For help marketing your grains, 1-800-2 TUGGLE, Tuggle & Company Corpus.
Wholesale Steel, family owned and operated since 1976. Has heavy-duty panels, the first and only panels on the market with a lifetime warranty against damage from your animals. Wholesale Steel with 2 locations to serve you in San Antonio and Hearn. Financing available, and we wholesale to the public. Visit our website at wholesalesteelsa.com or call 210-624-2000 for Wholesale Steel.
Neighbor, let's take a real short look at the meats. Pork carcass cutout value, $8.26 higher at $95.47. The hams were up $30.61, but the loin primal fell $79.12. Estimated slaughter through Wednesday, 1.32 million head. Wholesale box prices, $211 higher, choice $204 stronger. Federal slaughter, 345,000 head through Wednesday. USDA had cash sales at 136 to 137. Bulk of the dress business, 218. Hot and hanging. Neighbor, did you know that the Millworks division at MG Building Materials is a great place to look when you want to upgrade your home? That division carries a full line of wood, aluminum, and vinyl windows. What a great upgrade. We've got vinyl windows in our house down here on the bay, and they sure are pretty from the inside and out. The possibilities for those upgrades are endless with the help of MG and their 5 locations. They've got one in San Antonio, got one in Corpus, got one in Uvalde, got one in Kerrville, and they have one in Pleasanton. That's MG Building Materials. We're on the line with Ken Jordan, Jordan Cattle Auction. It's Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. We got a sale on Thursday and a special on Saturday. Ken, let's talk about both of them.
You bet, Larry. We got a little over 1,150 head, maybe 1,200 now on the yards. Probably looking around that 1,500, 16, something in that range. Several good groups of cows here, and then several good strings of calves weaned and some yearlings here also. So pretty good run for tomorrow. Then we'll get shaped up and everything about 2,700 for that Saturday sale, Larry. A lot of good pairs, bred cows, open heifers, and bred heifers will be available. We'll try to assist you and help you out, Larry.
Well, we appreciate it, Ken. Give everybody the number one more time.
You bet. Area code 325-372-5159.
Neighbor, let's talk about PMI, Pipe, Steel, and Fencing, San Antonio, High, Hondo, Kerrville, Robstown, Jourdanton, and Laredo. Contact the Hondo store at 830-426-2912. That's 830-426-2912. Remember, that's PMI, Pipe, Steel, and Fencing, pipemovers.com. We're on the line with Wayne Geiswhite, Gillespie Livestock, Fredericksburg. Wayne, how did the cattle sell this week?
You ended up having 1,228 head. Cow market's probably $2 to $3 higher. Had some cows bring right up close to 80. Had some bulls bring up to $1. One packer didn't put on any money, and the other packer did, so they kind of caught up, both about even. Calf market, Larry, I know everybody's going to say, well, my quotes aren't near as high as they were last week, but we had a different set of cattle. Then there's the classified cattle, especially the 550 to 600 pound steers. They're probably going to be higher than last week. So a lot of those calves weighing 540 to 600 bring up over $1,000. And I didn't have any of those 4-weights bring, 240 and 30s and stuff like that. They kind of bring up to 210 or 15. And if they weren't yearlings, they were just calves. I had some sub-weights up to 145, 8 weights up in the mid-130s. The heifer market was basically about like it was last week. In fact, we thought it might have been a tick better. 4 weights up in the low 160s, 3 weights up to 170, 5 weights in the 150s. 6 weights up close to 140. So as a whole, we were kind of happy with what happened today, even though the quotes won't be quite as high, except on a couple of classes.
How about sheep and goats next week?
Well, we should get, start getting bigger runs. I guess it just depends on how long this cold air sits in here.
Right.
We're thinking 2,500 to 3,000 next week, and 1,000, 1,200 head of cattle.
Now, Wayne, you said you were going to have the heifer mates to the cattle that had some really good prices last week come this next week, correct?
The heifer mates, there'll be somewhere around 90 head of them. They'll be weaned 100 days, kind of weighing the 4s and low 5s. They'll be here next week. They're all black and black baldies, so they should be here and should have a good sale.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
We're at 830-997-4394.
We're on the line with Wade Floyd from D&D Texas Outfitters, Seguin. Wade, everybody thinks about deer in the fall, but we really need to take care of the protein situation all year round. What do you got to offer us this week?
Yeah, there we do Antler Max proteins and your Antler Advantage made by Purina. They're some of the best. If you feed them year-round, you really do see the result. We also carry a Double Down protein that's been becoming very more popular.
And we want you to get it at D&D in Seguin. Wade Floyd, tell everybody how to contact you.
They can call me here at the store at 830-379-7340, extension 180.
We're on the line with Klein Spear from Southwest Livestock Exchange, Uvalde. Klein, how did the sheep and goats sell?
Went well yesterday. We had a real active market yesterday. Ended up with 750 head, and overall a pretty good turnout yesterday. Those heavy lambs were $280 to $380, and the light lambs were $320 to $440. Fat ewes were $1.20 to $1.80, and those packer ewes were $75 to $1.40. Packer nannies $1.80 to $2.30, and the fat Spanish nannies $1.40 to $2.40. Stocker nannies $2 to $3, and those good cabritos $3 to $4.30, and those lightweights were $3.60 up to $4.70. So good active steady market with last week, and look for another kind of consistent run with that next week.
And the cattle?
We got right at 650 in tonight. We got about 120 cows and bulls, about 40 bred cows. The balance of them, we got some really nice deals of calves and yearlings we'll sort up in the morning. So looking for a good market tomorrow. Not sure what we'll catch tomorrow with the weather, depending on how it turns out tomorrow, but probably around that 800 to 900, somewhere in there, depending on what happens on that.
Klein Spear, Southwest Livestock. Tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Call us at the office, 830-278-5621. Or my cell phone, 830-591-3241.
Neighbor, this portion of Down on the Farm brought to you by PMI Kerrville, 103 Lafayette, 830-367-7473. PMI, pipe, steel, and fencing. Pipe, valves, or fittings, plates, sheet, channel, beam, culverts, purlins, fencing, and supplies. They now stock new pipe and casings. Find them again. PMI Kerrville, 103 Lafayette, 830-367-7473. We're on the line with Cousin Brian Lintzman from Seguin Cattle Company. Brian, how was the sale?
Had a good sale, Larry. Quality was good all the way through. Usually this time of the year you can blame it on the weather because of the condition, but between the dry weather and now that we're going to get cold this weekend, you're really going to see some condition. But, that just makes that market just a little bit better. That they lose a little bit of that flesh, but, heck, if they got a compensatory gain, that they're willing to buy them. So it ended up with 714 head of cattle. Those 2 to 3 weight steers, $1.10 to $2.02. 3 to 4 weights, $1.28 to $2. 4 to 5 weights, $1.41 to $2. 5 to 6 weights, $1.44 to $1.84. 6 to 7 weights, $1.25 to $1.58. 7 to 8 weight steers, $1.17 to $1.35. When you go to the heifer mates, 2 to 3 weights, $1.10 to $2.06. 3 to 4 weights, $1.20 to $1.76. 4 to 5 weights, $1.34 to $1.82. 5 to 6 weights, $1.22 to $1.60. 6 to 7 weights, $1.21 to $1.36. Those good cows brought from 60 to 80, and the top end of the bulls brought 103. So, like I said, the cow and calf market, it's good. It's good.
Good. How about sheep and goat market?
Sheep and goat market ended up with 730 of them. Those good nannies brought from $245 to $320, with the good kid goats bringing from $360 to $420. And then when you get to them Dorpers, they brought from $230 to $290 on the ewes, with the lambs bringing from $360 to $4. So, like I said, it's good all the way around right now.
Did anybody tell you they'd be back this next week?
You got dang right they did. They said, we're running out of grass and the market's good. Why hold on to them? But, we're getting into the stock show season. Our youth show is actually this weekend. So, people, it's everywhere in the state of Texas. They're all coming up, and these are going to be the kids that are going to be leading the next generation. So go out there and support them, and tell them thank you and congratulations for the hard work. And like I said, when you get into stock show seasons, everybody kind of changes their focus on what needs to happen because of kids and grandkids. But I think they're going to keep coming to town just because of the prices.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
You can give us a call at 830-305-0652, or you can call me at the company at 379-9955.
We're on the line with Stephen from D&D Farm and Ranch. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Stephen, I need to weigh a bunch of pigs, and I understand that you've got some deals going on hog scales.
Yes, sir, we sure do, Larry. We're having a fire sale on 58 SX hog scales from W.W. Paul. They are going to come with the beam and poise and 2 bifold doors. Really easy to work. They're running $1,750 right now, Larry.
That's a great deal. Tell us the brand again.
They're made by W.W. Paul.
Tell us how to get a hold of you.
You can reach me at 830-379-7340, extension 161.
We've been with Stephen from D&D. Go to ddtexasoutfitters.com for more information. We're on the line with Jim Wheeler, Atascosa Livestock, Pleasanton. Jim, how'd the Tuesday sale turn out?
The market was good. Ended up with 547 head. We have a little weather coming in for the next couple of days, so I don't know how good it's going to be next week. It was sure all right yesterday.
Well, we got that one under our belt. Let's walk the pins.
547 head, 249 were steers, 199 heifers, 79 cows, and 13 bulls. Steer side 2 to 3 weights, $1.50 to $1.90. Heifers were $1.30 to $1.65. 3 to 4 weight steers $1.60 to $1.90. Heifers were $1.25 to $1.58. 4 to 5 weight steers $1.45 to $1.85. Heifers were $1.20 to $1.50. 5 6 weight steers $1.30 to $1.70. Heifers were $1.10 to $1.44. 6 7 weight steers $1.20 to $1.56. Heifers were $1 to $1.30. 7 8 weight steers $1.10 to $1.40. Heifers were $90 to $1.15. 8 to 9 weight steers $90 to $1.25, and the heifers were $80 to $1.05 yesterday.
What'd they have on the cows?
128 this week. Best packer cow brought 77.5. Best bull brought $98. Sold bred cows anywhere from $450 to $1,100. Had one little Corriente pair. She brought $500.
Now, I know we have some weather coming in, or the potential thereof, that might affect the numbers we can draw next week. But if it's a no-show on the weather, what do you think?
I imagine we'll have 500 again plus.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Jim Wheeler, for Tuesday's sale in Pleasanton.
Reach us at 830-569-2516.
We're on the line with Sam from D&D. Sam, I've never seen as much Stay Tough fence in my whole life.
That's right, Larry. Right now we have the largest supply of American T-post and the largest supply of Stay Tough fencing in Texas.
Tell us how to take advantage of all that product.
All you got to do, Larry, is call me at 830-379-7340, and that's for one of our friendly staff members.
Never This Portion of Down on the Farm is brought to you by PMI, Pipe, Steel, and Fencing, pipehoovers.com. The location in High. Call Keno at 830-868-0200. That's PMI High. We are on the line with Chris Carter from Karnes County Livestock Exchange down Kennedy Way. Chris, we always begin by thanking the folks that do business with us each week.
You got it, Larry. We do want to thank all of you for your consignments and to our weekly buyers. Last week, we ended up with 795 head of cattle. The packers were steady, and the feeders were a touch stronger pretty much across the board.
Let's walk the pins.
Number 1 steers 2 to 3 weight, 176 to 214. 3 and 4 is 163 to 201. 4 and 5 weights 157 to 193. 5 and 6 is 147 to 181. 6 and 7 is 137 to 166. And the 7 and 8 weights 131 to 147. On the heifers 2 to 3 weight 141 to 197. 3 and 4 is 144 to 190. 4 and 5 weights 139 to 178. 5 and 6 is 135 to 177. 6 and 7 is 124 to 153. And the 7 and 8 weights 107 to 118. We had 10 packer bulls last week. High yielding was 86 up to 90 and medium 80 to 83. Had 47 packer cows, high yielding 65 up to 71, medium 49 to 54, and the low end 34 to 40. We only had one bred cow. She brought $910 and no test on the pairs.
What do we got under the barn for this week's sale?
Well, at the present time, we're tagging on 762 right now, and we're looking for maybe 900 come sale time, depending on the weather. We've got 75 packer cows and bulls, 2 pair, 9 confirmed bred cows, and the rest are yearlings.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
For any questions, please call Waylon Rouse at 361-542-0810 or myself at 210-286-5345.
Neighbor, here's a shotgun look at the grains. Corpus Milo 1242, Corpus Corn 710.5, Houston Wheat 870, Houston Beans 1381 1/4, 29,000 bale of Texas Cotton at 119.07. I'm Larry Marble, you're my neighbor. Neighbor, good day to you.